Article 138 of the Constitution, whether there is a distinction between the chair and the commission. I believe there is. Whether the decision declared by the Electoral Commission is that of the chair or of that of the commission, it must be that of the commission. And the Supreme Court did find in this particular case that that was the decision of the commission, because all the commissioners, including those who allegedly denounced the election, had participated in the tallying of the vote. And the distinction between participating in that and participating in the announcement was dealt with, in my very humble view, quite sufficiently by the Supreme Court. Equitable taxation, again, I agree with that. I agree that taxation must create equity, but I also believe that in a democracy such as ours, those who have the resources, like members of parliament, must be taxed more, so that we can be able to provide for the community and the society. And those like university professors who don't earn a lot should be taxed less, because they do not have the resources. And school teachers who earn even less should be taxed less. So I agree that there ought to be equity in taxation.
Information, Prof. Not just equity. I refer you to the provisions of Article 201, B1. And I read, the burden of taxation shall be shared fairly.
Fairly.
Not even equitably.
Yes.
Fairly.
Yes. I thank you for that guidance. And I think that it makes my point better. There is one controversial position I have held about tax, and I think I've already been controversial enough for one morning, but I have always felt that we are getting into a time and an age in this country where some of the estates of deceased citizens are so large, that they ought to be taxed. I know it's a very unpopular view, but when you read of billions of shillings in estates, and we could put a limit, we could say we start with 20 billion, we would still be, that would still be many estates, and there is a way of raising funding that way. I know it is not popular, and I will say no more about it. My learned friend and Honorable Omogeni, I don't think I would consider the Mozambique model a successful model. Every time you allow a person to be the appointing authority in respect of a commission that would determine his own fate as a politician, I think you create a temptation. And I want to remind my friend, the Honorable Mugeni, in the beginning at independence, we didn't even have, there was no electoral commission. You remember there was a man called Montgomery. Montgomery was an officer in the AG's office. He was answerable to Charles Jonjo. So Charles Jonjo conducted the elections through Montgomery. Then when Montgomery left, a gentleman, I think from the highlands, called Nyarango. Yeah, Nyarango. Exactly, Nyarango. He became the commissioner of elections, and life went on. The clamor to create a commission came because the capriciousness of that process under one person answering to the Attorney General became apparent. So the commission was institutionalized to deal with that. So I would not like politicians to have a direct say on who becomes the umpire, the referee of the competition in which they are participating. Now, then you ask me, and I don't have the right answer. So what do you want us to do? Ask Pricewaterhouse to do it, or a consulting firm to do it? I'm not sure that that is also correct. I think the way we are doing it, the model we have, conceptually is the correct model. To build into it safety valves is the challenge, and I don't have the answer.